Hey, it's Mr. Bates. I'm here at the Laconia water treatment plant. We're about to get a tour from Brian McCall, and looking forward to seeing what's going on in there.
Standing outside the water treatment facility. Over here we have our original 2 million gallon pre-stressed concrete tank. Over here we've got our 1.3 million gallon pre-stressed concrete tank. So in total, 3.3 million gallons of water is up here at the water treatment plant at an elevation of 652 feet.
Wow, look at that. Here I am, Laconia water treatment plant. These are the tanks where all your water comes through before it heads right into your home. These right here are the giant tanks that are filtering the water. It comes up from Paugus Bay and will eventually end up in your house.
Mr. Bates has given me some of your questions that you guys wrote down in class today or maybe the other day. Got a question here. How much water do you process every day? So at this treatment plant here, on average, we will process and clean into potable drinking water on average 1.5 million gallons a day. The treatment plant, as you see it here, if we ran 24/7, 365, we could process 6 million gallons of water a day. The question is from Olivia. How clean is the Laconia water? Our water is exceptionally clean. We have some of the highest water quality in the state of New Hampshire. Actually, our water source, Lake Winnipesaukee, Paugus Bay, we have raw water turbidities that are exceptional, around 0.4 to 0.5 NTUs or nephelometric units. So this is a question from Mackenzie Hansen. Has there ever been fish in the water plant? I've been here 2 years. I have yet to see any creatures in the water, visible creatures, other than the microscopic bacteria that are in here. And so far as I can tell, no one has ever seen any fish in the water treatment plant. So here's a question from Ava. How long has this business been running and why? So originally the Laconia Water Works was started in the early 1800s to service the growing population in Laconia, the city of the lakes. And it has changed hands to be owned by the city of Laconia in the early 1900s, and the city of Laconia has oversaw the running of the treatment plant since then. But originally it was an open water reservoir. Pumps mechanically lifted the water up to this location where there was an open reservoir, and then it was delivered through head pressure to the city. Now we have this beautiful surface water treatment plant that processes on average 1.5 million gallons a day and could do 6 million gallons a day. Another question is, Miranda asked, do you put chemicals in the water to make it fresh? The answer to that question is yes. As you can see over here, we have a variety of chemicals that we use in treatment of the water here at the Laconia Water Treatment Plant. So what we have over here is the different chemicals that we use to help treat the water up here at the Laconia Water Treatment Plant. Actually, Kaylin had a question, do you put bleach in the water? The answer to that question is yes. We actually have 2 tanks here which have chlorine or sodium hypochlorite. We actually add that in about 0.5 milligrams per liter dosage to help disinfect our water out in the distribution system. So we've got almost 6,000 gallons of chlorine or sodium hypochlorite here. We also have caustic soda over here. We've got 2 tanks of those. It's around 4,200 gallons. Caustic soda, that is an acid that we actually will use in the water, again at a very low dosage, milligrams per liter, to actually change the pH of the water. The raw water pH that we have out of Lake Winnipesaukee is around 6.5. and we like to have a water pH in the distribution system around 7.8 to 8.0 for pH. So that's right around the neutral to basic, not acidic side of the scale. And over here we have zinc orthophosphate. That's actually used to coat the pipes. It actually puts a protective film on the inside of the pipe so that it aids in the longevity of our distribution system, and also in your home plumbing. If you ever had any lead or copper pipes, that keeps any of those chemicals from leaching into the water. Also, we have alum, aluminum sulfate, which we will actually inject into the water as it's coming into the process plant so that the water can coagulate, and we can take all of the, if there's any bacteria or particulates in the water, they'll become larger and easier to filtrate out of the water. So this question is from Ava Courier. Which lake or water source in New Hampshire is the best to drink? So I have a jaded view, being the water quality supervisor here at the Laconia Waterworks treatment plant. I personally think our source here at the largest lake in the state of New Hampshire is some of the best drinking water that's available. And we have one of the largest and best sources in the state of New Hampshire. So here's a question from Mackenzie. How many bottles of water are made here each day? So we're looking at a regular bottle of water is around 8 ounces of water. A gallon's got 128 ounces of water in it. We're doing around 1.5 million gallons of water a day, so you're looking around 24 million bottles of water that's processed through this plant on a daily basis. That's interesting here. We think about it a lot as far as what's the cost of our water to our end users in the city. We have exceptional drinking water quality here because of our great source from Lake Winnipesaukee. Our water rates here in the city are some of the lowest in the state, which is fantastic, the way we've been able to budget and control our costs here in the city of Laconia. And I often think about the cost that everyone in the world through marketing is prepared to buy a bottle of water, let's say for $1, 8-ounce bottle of water, 128 ounces in a gallon. You're looking over $16 per gallon. The normal usage for someone on a daily basis at your home for laundry, showers, bathroom, regular drinking is around 100 gallons a day. You do the math. So this is a question from Elijah. Do animals affect the water? AKA goose poop machines. So as far as people in the water, boats in the water, animals in the water, it's definitely something that we constantly are monitoring and managing. Throughout Paugus Bay, during the summer, we are monitoring with bacteria samples all throughout Paugus Bay, and animals do affect the amount of bacteria in certain samples throughout the Paugus Bay area, but through Mother Nature's filtration and what we're able to do here at the surface water treatment plant, our raw water bacteria levels are minimal to non-detect, and our bacteria levels on the finished potable drinking water side are non-detect as well. So we're able to manage a safe drinking water source and drinking water system even with all of the activity that our lake sees. Addison Duncan, how long does it take to treat the water? So as you're looking at the pictures of the water treatment plant, the water coming up through the clarifier here, over the filter bed, down through the mixed media, out into the holding tanks, which again are 3.3 million gallons out here up on Stark Street. You're looking at, from the water coming up from the lake, through the filtration, through the pumping system, up to the holding tanks, out into distribution. You're looking at less than 10 minutes time for that water to travel from the lake to the holding tanks that are going to go out into the city. I have a picture that you can look at the raw pumps as it's coming in through here in the influent gates. We've got head pressures, head losses. That's going to tell us how clean the clarifiers are or how dirty the filter is. We've got all the different valves in here so we can see what those are doing and manage those. All the chem injections so we can manage those. And then the pump bay that you were standing at over there, we can take a look at what's operating, what kind of GPM we've got going. Then we've got some metrics up here on the clear well as far as chlorine residual, pH, fluoride, what the turbidity is. So stuff that we're constantly monitoring.
It just seems super intense.
10 days ago.
I know.
Almost 10 days.